Hey girls and boys, Abby Brown here from Iowa PBS. Come wander and wonder with me. My friend Braden and I are gonna make
ice towers!
Alright Braden, today we are going to make ice towers.
Okay.
Okay, so if we're going to be making ice towers, what do you think we should make?
Ice.
You got it. And how do we make ice?
Cold freezing water.
Freezing water. So, right, let's talk about that. We have some, what, here?
Water.
Water, and I've got lots of different kinds of shapes that we can pour the water into, and these shapes are gonna hold that water in that exact shape, right? And that is because this water is in its liquid form.
All right.
So let's go ahead and pour this in here. All right, do you wanna do some pouring?
Sure.
That's okay, we've got a towel down. If we spill, it's fine. It could be really full, it could be really shallow.
Make it really
All right, I like it. Perfect.
All right.
Should we make them beautiful?
Sure.
How should we do that?
Well, we need to get food coloring.
All right, let's do it. So I'm gonna make a couple of them this teal color. What color are you
All right.
gonna use?
I'm gonna use this orange reddish.
All right, go ahead. Now that our water is beautifully colored, we need to turn it into ice. So how can we do that?
Put it in the freezer.
We could put it in the freezer, or if it's nice and cold outside,
And bring it outside.
we could put it outside. That's right. So exactly how cold does it need to be to turn this water into ice?
32 degrees.
32 degrees, you got it. Now, the water is in liquid form, right? It has to have a container to keep its shape, doesn't it? Otherwise it would
Yeah.
just go everywhere. Once we turn it into ice, what state is it in?
It's in the frozen.
It's frozen, and that's called a solid. Have you heard of that before?
I think, yes.
I think you have too. So we have liquids and solids. There's one other state.
There's a gas.
There's a gas, that's right. And what would we have to do to turn it into a gas?
To make it really hot.
Make it really hot, and then what rises off of the top?
Vapor?
Vapor or steam.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness, you are a smart guy. So today we're just gonna deal with the solid state, right? Okay, so let's get these in the freezer.
All right.
These ice cubes just came out of the freezer and they've been there all night long, so they're nice and solid, frozen. And the first thing we wanna do is just get them out of our container. So go ahead and start getting them out. And they might be kind of hard, and if you can't get them out,
Ooh,
perfect, that one worked. Ooh, it kind of broke apart.
Yeah, it
That
did.
makes it even more beautiful.
That's cool.
If you can't get them out, you could just let them soak in some warm water so the very outside melts just a little bit, or they might just come out really easy too. All right, we've got all of our ice cubes out. The next step is to make a tower. Should we give it a try?
Sure.
Do you think it's gonna work well to put a teeny tiny one on the bottom?
No.
Or should we start with a bigger one?
Start with this one.
A bigger one is always a better idea for the base of a tower. So go ahead, and
All
what do
right.
you think? What side should be the top?
I think I like this.
I think I do too, because it gives it a nice, solid,
Like a dome.
yeah, like a dome. So what goes next? Oh my
We should
goodness.
probably put something like a bigger one like this.
Okay, do it.
Let's try this.
Oh, is it gonna slip? Or is it not gonna slip?
I feel like move it, but
You-
I
you
think
rather-
it might be good. And what if we put a snowflake in it?
Okay.
It
Perfect.
doesn't slip.
All right.
How much do you think we could fit?
I don't know. You know, Brayden, it would be really nice if we had some glue, don't
Yes.
you think? Do you think there's any type of glue that would work for ice?
There has to be some type of glue.
You're right, there actually is.
What is it?
It's salt. Have you ever heard of using salt with ice before?
I think so. Like you put it on your driveway, and then
And what does it do to
it
it?
makes it less slippery.
It makes it less slippery because what's it doing to the ice?
It's like dissolving it, kind of. Like it's.
It's a good guess. A lot of people think it melts the ice.
It doesn't melt the ice.
It doesn't melt the ice. It actually just kind of helps any water that's not frozen yet to freeze at a lower temperature.
Yeah.
So it helps the water to keep from freezing. So Brayden, you know how we talked about how there's gas, which was, you called it
Like vapor.
a vapor.
Steam, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's steam. And then there's a liquid, which is just plain old, what? Like
Water.
Water. Yeah, like before it was frozen. And now that it's frozen, it's a solid, right? So basically what's happening is they're all made up of molecules, right? Pretend my fists are
Okay.
molecules. And when it's steam or a vapor, those molecules can go anywhere. They could even fly away. You couldn't contain them if you wanted to, could you?
No.
Right? So if it's water, their same molecules
Yeah.
are there, but they're a little closer together and they can still move, and you have to put them into a container,
Yeah.
right? They couldn't float away.
They just fall.
They just fall and they stay in the container that they're
Yeah.
in, right?
Like if you dumped water, it just
It would go everywhere, wouldn't it? So what happens when it turns to ice is these same molecules fit right together.
It just
like-
makes one big block.
It makes one big block, and there's no space in between because they fit together like perfect puzzle pieces. Now you hold up a fist.
Okay.
That fist is going to be the salt, okay? So put it on top of ice,
Alright.
and if it's already 32 degrees, it's not going to do anything, is it?
No.
No. So take your salt back.
Alright.
Here's my ice, and now I'm going to go back to water. And what salt does is put your fist in between. It gets in between the molecules of water.
And it can't make ice.
It can't freeze, or at least it can't freeze back together until it's a whole lot colder, like 15 degrees. All right, so that's how salt works. All right, so here's our salt. I'll just pour some right out here.
I love salt.
Any kind of salt will do. It's pretty much all the same. This is a lot like, this is actually for the kitchen, but it's a lot like what they use
Yes.
on the roads. So if we wanted to glue two pieces of ice together,
So,
all we
like-
would do
So
is,
we do this, and then we like.
so the first thing we have to do is make sure it's a
Yeah.
little bit melted on top. We have to have a little bit of water to work
Yeah.
with, okay? So warm it up. And what happens is the ice wants to stay frozen and make everything else around it frozen.
Yeah.
And any water wants to remain water and melt any of the ice in between. So basically what the salt does is help the water win, okay?
Alright.
So if we put a little bit of ice, oh, look at that. It's already getting a little slushy on there, isn't it? Do you see that? Feel it.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah, right. So basically what the salt is doing is making it so that it's not 32 degrees anymore.
Yes.
It's making it 15. So now that we have a little water, all we have to do is cool it back off against another piece of ice to make it
Yeah.
stick, right? So why don't we try that one?
This one.
Yep, stick it right on there.
Alright.
Whoops.
Let's put it the other one.
Oh, good idea. So then we have two flat surfaces together. And then as it cools back off, it's gonna freeze back together. Ta-da! Look at that. They're
Cool.
stuck together now. Nice, right? So now do you think we can make an even taller tower?
Yes.
Let's do it. Brayden and I made ice towers today. We explored the states of water with solids and liquids and gases, and we learned about how salt prevents water from freezing. What adventures will you go on?
Have fun with it!